for making a date on the marketplace. Welcome back. Let's start today's stories with some developments from South Africa. And the Africa Development Bank is to raise $800 million for the new owners of Electricity Company of Ghana, ECG, Meralco. The deal would be supported by some other financial firms, including Standard Bank, South Africa, to raise the funds. The funds are expected to help Meralco fast-track the process of turning around the company. An agreement to this deal was signed in South Africa. Amadou Hott is Vice President of Power and Energy at the African Development Bank.
We've signed an agreement with ANRG, which is the company that led the consortium that won the concessioning for ECG Ghana, basically, to transform that distribution company, invest in the company so that it can distribute more power, it can be more reliable, so that it can invest more resources in the assets that they will take over to manage, basically, on behalf of ECG Ghana, basically. You know, they won this bid when the government decided to unbundle and concession, right? So now they need to invest about $800 million. $500 million will be led by a consortium of development banks that will be led by the African Development Bank, and $300 million will be led by Standard Bank and other commercial banks as well. So this is really for working capital and for investments, basically, to make the assets more efficient, more reliable, and to be able to do more. What's important is that because African Development Bank has agreed to take on the mandate to raise the money, all the other investors, all the other DFIs will be confident that this will succeed because of the role that the African Development Bank is playing in Africa.
So how much are we looking at here?
Total is 800 million, 500 from the DFIs, and within that 500, a big chunk will come from the African Development Bank, but we don't know how much yet because our board has not approved the transaction. We are the arranger of the overall transaction for the DFI tranche, which is 500 million, and the commercial banking tranche, which is 300 million, will be done by Standard Bank of South Africa.